Welcome to our video on writing programs in the Rainbird series version 8 program. Once you've completed your station details, which has all of your stations on each hole, you will then click on the program details, which is beside station details, and this will give you all the programs you can write on here. So I'm going to start by making a new one for the back tees because I didn't have that. So here I'll click and I'll type in back tees, and then I'll click on the view schedules for this program, and I'll add one, and this is going to be 10T, and then I'm going to click on the view area station sequences. Here I'm going to add a sequence. This is going to be for 10T, and then I'll move over to the station sequence, and I'm going to add 4 stations. And I'm going to put 10T1, 10T2, 10T3, and 10T4. But 10T4 doesn't work, so it won't allow, there is no 10T4, so I'll just delete this one. And then now I'll go back to the schedules and I'll continue that for 11T per se, and you'll do this until you've completed 10 to 18. But now there's a faster way, so what I'll do is I'll delete this back tease that I've created, and I'll click the plus sign again, but then this time I'm going to click the Q, and I'll change the name to back tease, and then I can manipulate the days I want it to run. So I'm going to make it run Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and it's going to start at 10 p.m. I want to keep it on course 1, and then I will select the back 9 holes that I want it to run on, or you can go to the right here, and if you click back, it'll select all of them for you. Then I will go into the area and sequence, and then I'll find T's, and I'll go over to the left to all because I want all of the T's for this sequence. And I'll push OK, and now it's created the back T's program for me, and it has all of them in here, 1 through 10. Now I'm going to hand it over to Seamus, and he will continue.
All right, so now we're going to be moving on to the schedule needs. Jared just went over this as well briefly. You can do that in the queue section right here, or if you missed that and you need to do it later, you want to change the inputs, you'll scroll over here and you can click the various days of the week. Right now we have it set up for the front 9 to run on Monday, Wednesday, and back 9 on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. There's also another feature in here, which is skipping days, which you can choose the number of days you'd like to skip on this section here. So we'll put in 2, let's say, and then days to go would be your starting day, or how many days you want this cycle will start to skip. We'll leave that right now, and okay. And it should pop up here as 2, 0, and you can change those to whatever days need to be skipped or whatnot. And then we'll hand it over to Kyle for soaking cycles.
For the situation shown in part 4 of the assignment, I'll walk you through a step-by-step of how and why to for programming cycle and soak times. This function will allow the super at Delacour to manage the greens on his front nine and back nine differently, to manage his problem of poor infiltration. The cycle function allows you to set a time limit for an area to be watered, and the soak function allows you to set a time for the infiltration to happen. Here I'll show my screen and walk you through of how I set up this programming. I'll open up the Rainbird software and click the sprinkler icon called Station Detail. This will bring up a list of all the rotors for the holes selected. Number 1, 2, 3, so on. From here you can specify how long you'd like to have the rotors run for under this icon here. Cycle time. You can see that I have set this for 5 minutes, as that is as much as those front 9 greens can handle. The next 2 columns over, we have an option called soak time. I have set this to a value of 30, referring to how long in between the cycles. I'll then input these numbers in for all of our front 9 greens, and you can see they all have them in there. The back 9 will not get these inputs though, because they want to see the 20-minute soak all in one go. If I close the tab, I can then test my system through the dry run feature. And I'll set it up so that it starts at 9 p.m. because my sprinklers are set to go on at 10. And I'll quickly press play and let it do its thing. If I look at the graph, I can slide over to 10 o'clock when I started my watering, and you can see all the stations on the front 9 were firing up at this time. And if I go through 5 minutes, 7 minutes, and they start going to the back and shutting off, and then as I get to my 10:30 mark, you'll start to see that the front 9 greens start firing again, and this will go through their cycles. If you click on the far right, it'll bring up a graph, and this can show you that all of the greens got their 20-minute watering, where the rest of the course was set to their default of 10. And that's your cycle and soak time. If you needed to set for any specific holes, you now know how.